Hey everybody, XEI here for another unboxing video, and I can tell by the screen right now, right here, that wearing a white shirt while doing one of these episodes while getting glare on my face from the Kickstarter page, probably not a good idea. But I'm going to keep going. I don't think I'll take too long on this page. I want to unwrap this game as soon as possible and see what the components are on the inside. But this unboxing video is going to be for a game. I believe I backed this in 2015. This was a long time ago. It got shipped in 2016. It is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shadows of the Past board game. It sounded just like a fun experience, a fun game. Now the video is down here if you want to play it. I'll put the link of this campaign in the description below so you can check it out. We're going to go through it real quick just to kind of I got to remind myself what this is even about because it's been years. I haven't opened it because I don't have anyone to play it with right now. It's not a single player game. It's 2 to 5 players, I believe, is what I saw. And so let's take a look at just what the quality of the pieces are. Let's take a look at some of the cards, some of the tiles, some of the figures, and stuff like that. So here's it got 6,033 backers. This was created by IDW Games, so this is like a legitimate publisher. They're best known for comics, and this board game is based on the comic series run by IDW. This is a series that I've actually been wanting to pick up. I'll be picking it up in trade, the entire IDW run. It was supposedly this series takes all of the lore of the past 30 years of Turtles and kind of I think, see, I don't know exactly because I haven't looked into it because I don't want to spoil myself because I will be buying these trades, but it takes all of this lore and it repackages it and then tells stories based on a more cohesive kind of collection of the lore bits from the turtle history. So yeah, that's what this board game's based on, and so I'm not going to know a lot of the villains because I'm not up to date with the turtle lore in the last 10 years or so. Anyway, so it got 6,000 backers. When I saw that, I was like, oh, that's not that. I feel like that should have been higher for like IDW, for like a game. Well, they're not a game publisher, but they have some recognition. Now, they're not doing very well in the market, comic market right now, but that's a whole different thing for possibly someone else to cover. And I'm not going to cover it right here. But anyways, it did make a lot of money though. It almost made $1 million. $862,000 is not. That's a pretty healthy amount. Anyways, I got the $90 package here. This was for the board game, an exclusive April O'Neil hero pack. And all the applicable stretch goals, which I have no idea what those are because I forget. But as stretch goals and Kickstarters, for people who aren't familiar with how Kickstarters work, if Kickstarters hit certain funding milestones, they'll just start adding things to the game. And if they're Kickstarter exclusive, it's even better because it means it's like an incentive for you to back a game like this, which is almost definitely at conventions. It's almost definitely gone to retail. But for all intents and purposes, everything that is Kickstarter exclusive will never hit retail. Supposedly. I mean, that's sort of how this is supposed to work. Anyways, the thing here that was kind of weird, and I'll talk about this when we get to it, was that the shipping charged after campaign ends. Now, that's generally, for me, based on this particular campaign, it's sort of a red flag going forward because, no, I'll talk about it now, because I did pay, I got charged for shipping via the campaign, which I forget how much it was. It was probably 20 Canadian or something like that, somewhere around that. But then when it got to my door, I had to pay again another 20 bucks Canadian or something. And I was like, am I crazy? Am I just imagining that it was this game that kind of screwed me? And then no, I did a quick search and I did validate here with someone else, Ryan R here with Canadian Backer. I received mine and it paid additional 20 bucks by this service called DHL as a shipper. So supposedly this shipper coming into Canada, you pay again, and so don't do that. I would say if you're a creator on Kickstarter, don't use DHL. You're gonna screw your Canadian backers. That's not what they sign up for, and I'm absolutely apprehensive to back anything from IDW going forward. I just won't do it because I didn't sign up for that, you know. And to be honest, like 90 bucks for a board game. I mean, you guys saw the first video I did of this for Gloomhaven. You saw like what I got for the amount for that, right? This box, I can't even show it right now because we're on I can't even really show it here until I remove the screen, but I'll get to it. I'll get to the box. For the size of the box, 90 bucks, I guess that's about right, maybe. I think, you know, you can get a game for this size, what I'm looking at, for maybe slightly under that amount in Canadian dollars. So so I don't know if the value is there. I'll open up the box, but again, see, for me, is like I see $90 and I go, it's Kickstarter. This is definitely going to hit the stretch goals. I'm going to get more exclusive content. That's going to be the incentive. That's going to be the value of $90 for me, because I get something that a lot of other people don't get. Now, I did go through the comments on this too, and it looks like some people are pissed because I believe there was another launch of this, and it upgrades pieces and stuff like that. So it's sort of, one comment was, it's like getting kicked in the teeth. And I'm like, no, I can kind of see that, because you kind of buy into this because it's a special thing. And so if you relaunch it and then you actually update the thing so that the relaunch is actually better, and you don't give an option for people who backed your first campaign to get that other stuff without getting the base game, they can just get the other stuff. If you don't give that option to previous backers, it sort of sucks, because it means that the previous backers have to pay, I think the thing I saw was like $200 plus to get, again, another base game plus the the addition. So that's not really good. So anyways, not really here to crap on the campaign, or the product or whatever, but I mean, I have to say what I have to say. Quick research suggests that this probably could have been executed a lot better. And I did check the IDW's. This is like their third campaign on Kickstarter, so it was sort of early on, and I mean, you learn as you go, right? So anyways, let's take a look now. We have all of these figures. I mean, this is a pretty healthy figure stack. You do get the 4 turtles. Obviously, you get April O'Neil, which was the exclusive, and then things unlock, like I think Casey gets, and the characters I don't know, Splinter gets added. You got, of course, Shredder as your villain. Some enemies I have never heard of. Bebop and Rocksteady. I believe I remember the updates of this campaign. They were fun to read, though. They were fun, because like I'll talk about my history with Turtles in a while, but Bebop and Rocksteady, they get added late, or they're already added, but then they get added as their pre-mutation forms. That unlocks, and I thought that was kind of exciting. We got some foot soldiers. I don't know what a lot of these ones are. Looks like another Shredder. We got the Mousers in here, and then we got some dice. We got some action dice here with it looks like attack, defense. I saw some with katana, so it looks like a katana, like maybe melee, ranged movement is what I'm gonna kind of speculate on there. Let's move down. So this is talking about the campaign. Yeah, we're gonna be cool. Now, I thought this was interesting. Designed by legendary Kevin Wilson, the person who designed Descent and Arkham Horror. I own both of these games. I own all of the versions of Arkham Horror. I really like these games, both of them. Descent had some broken stuff about it. I actually got the expansion for Descent that allowed you to do campaign mode, and go to, like, there was like a boat in it, and sea, and whatever you did, and there was progression. It was sort of RP-ish the way I ran it. We ran it for like a year and a bit. It was a great game, but they reached the stun lock area where it's just like TPK constantly until it whittled them down, and the game became unbeatable near the end, and it was like right near the end. Like, I would say 90% of the way through campaign mode, and the game was broken. So that was unfortunate for the group. But anyways, Arkham Horror is a lot of fun. I would do like that on the channel. Anyways, I'm derailing. Let's go back to Turtles. So why Kickstart? This talks about, again, the exclusivity, like things unlocking and then making the game better and better as they go. There's the cover, Kevin Eastman art here. I will talk a little bit about my history for Turtles. Man, I don't like that this white thing is like busting my shoulder here, but it's distracting the hell out of me. But anyways, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it was if my memory is correct, it was the first comic I ever bought. It was what got me into comics. It was probably around, I would say, if I had to guess, it was 88 or 89, not to age myself, but I'm obviously going to do that at this point. I was 9 or 10 years old, and it was a comic store in town. My mom was working at this one shop. She was a seamstress at the time, and so on Saturdays, she would take us in, because instead of babysitting and stuff like that, she would take me and my twin brother in. And then at lunch, I would go to this comics book shop called Red Owl. And they used to have like a red face with like white eyes on it, which was obviously Spider-Man. But I was young. I didn't really know anything at that age in the late 80s, you know. But so Red Owl, it was Spider-Man, but I guess they got away with it. They don't get copyright, you know. So it was this little shop. But I remember, just to waste time, I would walk around downtown. It was small downtown. So I would walk around downtown. I would go to this place, and I discovered it on my own. It's like no one was really a comic fan, and they got me into comics. I literally discovered comics by stumbling into a comic shop. If my memory is correct here, it was Leatherhead's first appearance. It was the Archie version of the Turtles comic, not the Archie version, but Archie was publishing the Turtles property, and it was issue 4 with Leatherhead. And so I since then I've always had an affinity to lizard creatures, which is why the comic I'm kickstartering, Raven Nevermore, the second issue features a sewer battle with a lizard creature. That was kind of a little Easter egg back to the time when I picked up the first comic ever, and I thought I'd slide that in. And he became an important character to that story. But anyways, not to derail. So Archie's, and then I ended up picking up a Michelangelo one, which was done in the black and white style. So the original Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird version of the comic. I believe I got one of the other black and white issues. It was violent. It was violent. I remember being a young kid going, "Whoa, they're like killing it." And the ninja and the foot soldiers were not robots. I'm fairly certain they were human. I should pull those comics out one day and take a look. Anyways, so yeah, this is why it's just so this is like the original art right here on the side, and this is probably a Kevin Eastman piece right here as well. Eastman and Laird sort of had a similar style. There's a huge history of Turtles I could get into, because they were super inspiring to me, because they were these guys that started with nothing. They did this black and white comic together. I forget who they had. There was a family member or something who had a I can't believe if I remember this correctly, it's crazy, because this would have been, we're talking decades, but it was like $3,000 I think they had to borrow in order to print a certain run of comics, and then they got the cartoon deal, then they got millions. I mean, this thing blew up within a year and a half after that moment, and yeah, the rest is history. Nickelodeon owns all the rights for Turtles, and then they gave the property to IDW here. They worked with Kevin Eastman on this project, actually. He's in the video here, you can hear him talking about it. But yeah, and now IDW does all they got the deal from Nickelodeon to do the comics, so that's why everything kind of rebooted and is told from that new continuity. Whew, that's a head rush. Okay, let's move on. I could go on and on about Turtles, but I'm gonna leave that for maybe I'll do that on I have a personal channel called Nuno XEI. It's going to focus more on comic stuff. Maybe I'll get into things like this, the comic history stuff, because I would like to research the stuff I just rambled on about that could be right or wrong. Don't quote me on any of that. Go research it yourself. But maybe I'll research it again, and I'll do an episode on the other channel someday. Okay, so we have the April O'Neil exclusive here to Kickstarter, which I think part of the comments that I read is that it will look, when I open up the box, we'll see what April O'Neil looks like, but it looks like they redo the figure in the updated campaigns or something. I could be lying out of my teeth here too, but that this exclusive wasn't exclusive anymore is what I got out of those comments. We got the pizza box one here, which I thought this design is pretty neat. I mean, even if this was the main box, that would have been pretty neat. And that would get you a poster. That was the 150 tier signed lithograph on that one. Here's the components. So we got the 4 turtles. We got, who is this? Alopex. See, that's a new character I'm not aware of. I thought that was Splinter. We have Karai. I'm not aware of Karai, so that's probably from the IDW comics. Let's see, we got foot soldiers. We got brawlers and gunners. I love the card stuff. This is probably what sold me the most. Like, I like the idea of it. I did watch someone going through the gameplay before I backed this thing, and I was like, this looks like a lot like very fun gameplay. Like when my nieces and nephew are old enough, this would be something I would play with them. I think it's like we'll see what the age is, but I think it was like 14 plus, so it's a little bit too complex for them still. But yeah, one day this will be fun. Yeah, we got some stat cards there. I guess they each have like special abilities, so whoever you take, they will have special abilities in combat. The villain cards, the same thing. They probably have unique abilities to them, which would make sense. It tells you kind of like what dice you can roll and bonuses and stuff. I don't remember any of that. We'll go through it. I'll try to intuitively understand the game rules as we open up the box and look at the pieces. I was just looking at the time because I feel like I've been talking forever when I derailed that one moment. Okay, so what are we looking at here? So we have 4 villain sheets. That makes sense. They have these stats here, which of course every turtle has their specialty. I think they also have different dice. Like all the turtles have 3 dice, and then they can share dice with the adjacent turtle that's on the field with them. Like the turtle the turtle of the player that's adjacent to them. But then there's like Raphael, who's got 5 dice instead of 3 dice, but he doesn't get to use the dice of the other turtles because Raphael's kind of like the loner turtle. I thought that was kind of neat, but the other turtles can use Raphael's dice or something like that. So I thought that dynamic was pretty neat. There's a neat little co-op mechanic that happens, like the synergy on the map was fun. We got the 9 villains. So yeah, they have unique abilities too. If I remember correctly, how this works is that every hero goes, a hero goes, and a villain goes, a hero goes, a villain goes, a hero goes, a villain goes. So a villain always goes after a hero, and so you really have to strategize like who's gonna do what during that one turn, because your dice do get used up, and it's like at the end of the day, you have to imagine like the cartoon or the comic or whatever, and all of the turtles are sort of moving in, and the villain is always just a little tougher than them. But with teamwork, you can defeat the obstacles, the challenges, the adversaries. So we have 81 villain ability cards. So I wonder if that's dependent. I think it is. I think I'm gonna make some guesses here based on memory again. It's like, I'm looking at the image right here. So it looks like villains might have their own deck, and I think there's like a veritable system to it. I think you choose how to build them, but you randomize it. There's a veritable deck for the villains and the heroes. I don't know, but I believe it's for the villains though. It's you then shuffle them and then you pull them. You pull the villain cards, and that's how you can figure out what your moves are going to be. God, I hope I'm not inventing things like I did for Gloomhaven. But anyways, that is what this all is. I'm doing a blind look at here, and we'll see how this works out. So we have 9 terrain cards, and I'm guessing this will tell you what there'll be like aspects of the terrain that will come into play. Maybe that changes the way the board can be played, what you can leverage. I've seen other games do similar things like that. Sentinels of the Multiverse does that. I love Sentinels of the Multiverse. I've got all of them. I picked up everything at a con once, and I backed them and everything. So I think I do have a box of the new Sentinels game. We'll look at that in the future. But anyways, they have something where the location will have a deck, and so you draw on the location as well, and that will change scenarios, like situations in the location that will like disrupt the gameplay a little bit. Keep it dynamic, so it's you're always experiencing something new, even if you pull the same boards and stuff like that. We have 5 ally cards. Don't know what that means, but they're allies. 12 map tiles. We got some tokens here, some status tokens. We got the rule book. 4 adventure comics. I forgot about the comic edition. That's cool. We have some exclusives down here. Were there exclusives up here outside of April? No. Okay, so then we come down here. We have some exclusives. So April O'Neil, and then we have the works. Oh, the works only. I see. Got the Kevin Eastman variant turtles. So I did not get the works. I didn't get the work. That's the 150 one, right? Yeah. I just got the base one. Yep. Okay. It's going down. So what else do we have? All games unlocked. So this is where you get, again, the Kickstarter deal. Start to hit these milestones, and then bam, unlock. So this is all bonus stuff. So you pay one amount, but then you start getting a bunch of stuff. So of course, if you don't hit you want to share, you want to get you want to get this link out there. You want people to buy into this because you want that total to go up as high as possible. So you get all the bonus stuff, and then everyone gets all the bonus stuff. So we have Thug Gunner upgraded to plastic. What were they before? Standees? Oh, were all these standees? Maybe. Upgraded to plastic. We have Old Hob Villain Pack. Have no idea what that is, but it looks like it looks like a cat dude or a puma dude, cougar dude, mutant. We have Casey Jones. Of course, you gotta have a good old Casey Jones. Added to the hero pack. Action dice upgraded to color. Okay, I guess they were white before. Let's see. Upgraded 6 foot ninjas to foot elites. Okay. Upgraded 3 foot ninjas to foot bruisers. So we got some variations in the ninjas. Also, I would presume they're no longer I think only in the animated series were they robots, right? Because you couldn't show these turtles like killing living things. So they were robots, right? Okay, so Evil Pizza. I don't know what Evil Pizza is all about, but okay. Save the Studio scenario map. This is a Kickstarter exclusive. We have Save the Studio campaign. Kevin Eastman ally card. We get Eastman as an ally. Okay, that's funny. 4 turtle ally cards. Okay. What does that mean? So if you only play 2 characters, you can pull one of like the other 2 turtles as allies, maybe. I don't know. I'm inventing things. You got a variant comic book. So that's your IDW version. I gotta get these. I think I would really like it. I have to do it. I also own all of the RPG material for Turtles. I was a huge fan. There was one turtle book for the in the RPG that I took like 2 decades to find. I finally found it on eBay and I got it. It's Mutants Down Under. Damn it if I didn't get all the freaking books. Anyways, Mirage Scenario Rooftop Rush Maps. That's an exclusive. We have a Fugitoid. I don't know what Fugitoid is, but okay. Looks like a little robot dude. Ally card. The Works unlocked. Well, I don't have the Works, so I guess... Oh, the Works had Splinter. Okay, fine. Oh, the Works had Mouser. Okay, that would have cost $150 though. Damn. Yeah, but now I'm starting to think it would have been worth another $60 though, plus the shipping, and then I'd probably get nailed for like even higher shipping because of weight or something. That shipping would really piss me off. I remember because it's I backed a lot of things on Kickstarter. It's the only time I've been charged at my door on again. Like you shouldn't be doing that. Don't do it. So anyways, Bebop added. Goddamn. So I didn't get any of this. Fine then. Okay. Oh no, Rocksteady. I don't have Bebop and Rocksteady. Oh, these would have been the exclusive here, the humans. Should have upgraded last minute. Would have been $60, but I would have wanted all this. Damn. Okay, that's fine. Let's move on. I'm depressed here. I was all happy and I'm fine. So we got stretch goals here. The 265 goal is the one that added the Gunners. This one added the old Hob. 300 added Casey Jones. At least I got Casey Jones. 310 got you the Brawlers. Color dice, that was not a big one for me. It wouldn't have mattered. What is it? The Foot Soldiers Elite, that's cool. The Evil Pizza, I don't know why that would have mattered, but that's cool. Got the Bruisers, the 400. Yeah, but then this goes to Works Edition only. So I think I might have missed something. I would have probably done it back in the day. I think I just missed the jump up to this edition, and I thought all of this was coming with the base game. So that's a my bad. That's my bad. Dang it. There's the mouse. Because I was getting all of these updates in my email. I was getting so excited and hyped up. But no, I didn't get any of it. So there you go. I'm going to scan past all the stuff I didn't get. Let's move on. That's that I got. Okay, the gameplay footage here. I just watched it real quick just to remind myself what it was all about. I got it about right. If you want to watch it, though, you can come to this Kickstarter page and watch it yourself. So there you go. We got 2 to 5 players, 60 to 90-minute campaigns, age 12 and up. Now the box says 14 and up, so something happened somewhere between what they projected, maybe because all the additional pieces got added, and so they bumped up the years by 2. Anyways, this gets you a close look at Leonardo's card here. We can take a look at this in the box itself because you guys have seen the small version. Actually, this will probably be bigger than what I could show you when I pull it out. So let's take a look here. We got leader. So after action dice are rolled, any re-rolls are made, Leo may trade 1 action die belonging to any hero with any action die belonging to another hero until the end of the turn. So I guess because you're a leader, you get to decide that. So before the turn is done, you're like, oh no, well let's change that, and you're giving orders or something. So conceptually, makes sense. And then there's the action card here. So Leonardo leader, we got a leaping strike. This does work a lot like Sentinels of the Multiverse. I can't stress enough how much I love Sentinels of the Okay, so where your heroes have these like abilities, and then if you have, I would assume you roll like 2 katana, 2 melee, you can activate this card on the map. This is what I believe would happen. I'm guessing. Leo leaps up to 3 spaces in a straight line. Then he may make an attack plus 2 melee. Yeah, it's just like the bonus actions that you can get if you nail it, if you have the dice for it. And then, oh, I see, you probably roll the dice, and then you have those dice that you can use, and then you have cards you can activate based on, okay, and then you can pull dice from other people because you're like, dude, I just need 1 more katana to be able to pull off this card. You strategize that, you pull it off. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. All of a sudden, it's like, I haven't even read the book, and I know how to play. Don't take my word for it. Read the real book. Okay, we got original art here. I didn't get the original art here, but that's an easement right there. Okay, and then we have shipping. Yeah, sure. Tell me the ways. Box dimensions. Anyways, I played somewhere around 20. The Canadian's not in here, but it was on that comment. It was about 20, and then 20 at the door, I guess is what I paid. So, okay, so there you go. Let's take a look at the box itself. Let's turn this thing off. Correct my camera a little bit. Now let's take a look at the box itself. So here it is. It is heavy. I'll give it that. Damn, there's a lot of glare on my face. So let's get rid of this. enough of the glow. Okay, so we have this right here. It's the box. There's the cover you all saw. There's the side. There's that Eastman, Kevin Eastman art right there. Then the other sides are, oops, the same from the looks of it. Yep. Okay, and then the back here, I like looking at, oh god, I almost knocked myself out. There's the back right there. So it shows you, again, this is always great to have. It gives you a little summary of the game, just some pieces in it. This is for retail, is obviously where it's more important. I like reading it just to see what it says. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shadows of the Past. Battle with your brothers through the streets of New York City to defend your town from Shredder and the Foot Clan. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shadows of the Past is a scenario-driven adventure game by the designer of Descent, Kevin Wilson. Play as one of the 4 Ninja Turtles or take on the role of the Shredder. Take on the role of the Shredder? You can take on the role of the Shredder? Can you play... Really? Oh, no, it says 2 to 5 players. So, oh, see, I thought it was going to be like Sentinels where it's you do the rotation, but it's sort of like an AI sort of runs the villain. No, I think a player decides to play Shredder. Oh, okay. So it's like if 2 players is more like you can play 1 turtle against Shredder. Oh, okay. That's fun. That's fun. I forgot that detail. Okay. And command an entire ninja army featuring input from IDW's comic team, including TMNT's co-founder Kevin Eastman, Tom Waltz, and Bobby Cornow. This game takes the fight from the roofs to the sewers in a head-busting, sewer-crawling, dice-chucking adventure. All right, fun times. And it shows you the components list, cover art by Eastman, interior art by Tony Vargas. I'm assuming Tony Vargas is from the IDW team. He's probably the artist on those comics. I've seen some of the art on those comics. It looks really good. I'm really impressed. I hope I pick them up before they go bankrupt, before they got bought out. Anyways, different story. I said, did I kick my? It doesn't matter. So and then game design by Kevin. Okay, so Wilson. So let's take a look. This is IDW. With Nickelodeon, makes sense. And yeah, let's finally open this sucker up. So did this come in a, I think this came in a box and I didn't know what it was, and I'm like, why did I just get charged $20 for something? Like, I had no clue. It was maybe something like that. And then I was like, what is this? What did I order? What did I forget? And then when I saw it was a Turtles game, I was like, oh damn, I think something went wrong. I shouldn't have been charged twice. Like, and I got very confused. And I did see that on the side of the truck. I forgot the name of the company, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, it was 3 letters. It was 3 letters. Damn, never again. But then how do you know? How do you know? Every time these boxes won't open. Just try and open the box here. Don't worry about it. Here we go. Come on. Hurry up. Okay, there we go. Lid is off. Yeah, it's... How do you know what a Kickstarter, person is going to end up using as their shipping fulfillment service, which is probably what happened. They gave this to someone to take care of, and then they screwed Canadian backers. Anyways, there's a comic in here, and holy hot damn, it's actually in perfect condition. Like, I wouldn't have expected that, but I'm impressed that it held up. Like I figured with I care about my comics. Okay, I care about my comics, so this is important for me. Anyways, so here's the comic. It's the IDW comic. There's the art style right there. They look more teenager-y, That here's the thing. There's like a lot of people who get all hung up about turtle designs changing. Even like the new Turtle movie, I haven't watched the Michael Bay did it, didn't he? Like, I haven't seen that one, but I was like, no, turtle designs are fine, man. I'm all for whatever I saw. So it made them. I know it's busier and blah blah, but you know what? It's a different vision, and I'm sure it worked for live action. I don't know, whatever. I love the original Turtle movies. Okay, I do. I love them. I don't care. but I was all for. I still need to see. I will watch the Michael Bay one. But yeah, it's I dug the designs. I thought they was like it captured their identity perfectly well, and maybe it's like. Because I just spent a lot more. I spent a lot of time getting into Turtles. I was in, like I said, the RPG game by Palladium. It's I had a whole different context behind it all, and I used to draw. And I used to draw turtles in class. In grade school, I used to draw turtles. I created one turtle called Apollo. He was a turtle with a white thing, and he used a bow. He was an archer. I wonder if I have that anywhere. Anyways. It was one of the first things I learned how to draw were turtles. This is crazy. Anyways, one more look. Let's take a look at. Oh, and I was gonna say, like, look at the spine. For comic fans out there, guys, there's no crease in the spine. That's crazy. The finish on this cover is really nice. It's like this matte finish, and it's like it's sturdier stock. Impressive. My stock is sturdier. My Kickstarter. Anyways, oh, it's got the dude who I don't know, and I've already forgotten his name. The Puma guy, I guess, is whatever the hell he is. The cat. Maybe he's a stray cat. He's in the comic right there. One eye somewhere. I don't know. I forget his name. Anyways, I'm just gonna do quick flipperoo here, just to see some of this art in the middle. It looks like more context. Oh, it's given some background to the turtles. Pizza. Wait, what? What am I looking at here? Why am I seeing Slimer? Why am I looking at? Wait, before I try to figure this out, I'm going to show you what I just. This is like the end. There's like some sort of I don't know. It looks like an ad for something, and it starts over here. And sorry, what am I talking about? So it starts over here, and you see that, and then it kind of goes over here. Look at the bottom there, and then there's like a Slimer. With what? What is this? A reading guide. TMNT. Oh, there was a crossover with Ghostbusters. Oh shit! It's a whole. Oh, it's a reading guide. You mean for all the comics I said I was gonna buy? Okay, that's neat. Okay, well, okay, volume 8, 9, 10. Jesus, oh my God, there's 13 volumes as of like 2016. Woo! Okay, so that's gonna be a bit of a. Hopefully, they have omnibuys out there. Let's see, Turtles in Time. Yes, that was great. Mutanimals. I had that series, limited series. With the gecko, Casey and April. And then there's TMNT crossover with Ghostbusters. Oh, that's fun. Wow, this was about a Kickstarter box. How about I start flipping through more Kickstarter stuff? I get to an action page here. There you go. It's a cool comic. Came free. So I'm trying to be careful with this. Put you in a plastic bag. Okay, now we have the rulebook. Oh, again, the matte finish. Really cool touch. Like normally these like are sort of like cheaper stock, especially for board games, but man, it's got this just a nice matte finish, glossy interiors. So there you go, all the pieces in the game, simple layout, very clean to understand right off the bat. It's got good character on the headers. Yep, it's stuff I do pay attention to. Just accept it. I'm a nerd. Just a breakdown of all the components. Again, very clear. A lot of components in this, so I can see how this would get overwhelming to a kid under 10, I think. So setup to play. So it does quickly show you how the game gets set up on the board. You can see there's that. It'll tell you scenario. You lay out the setting here, the map, and it's very short. You see how small like that the range is there for your movement and stuff. So it does really keeps it nice and tight. You know, it's just a combat scene. You're dealing with a combat scene, and yeah, because like HeroClix would be one example of like that would get daunting sometimes. The maps on, you had crazier movement. Like you had some clicks that would like go crazy distance, but then if you brought the wrong team to the mix, you just get owned. You get destroyed by like Thors and Hulks, just like traversing entire maps to mangle you with hammers. Anyways, let's keep looking. Let's see. We'll pass this. We got round sequence. Let me go through. I'm going to try to soak up some intuitive stuff. I went through the hero villain turn. You kind of alternate as you go. Oh, so if a player plays a villain, they get to go more, but they got less opportunities because the turtles get to like use their dice like well, yeah, but if you're just one turtle, how does that like? Oh, but then you get one turn, and the villain gets one turn, and so you're kind of on an equal footing. So, okay, it makes sense. But if you're playing with multiple players, the villain gets to go a couple times because the villain doesn't get to do they don't have the versatility of the dice and being able to like strategize like the best moves and stuff. So they get to go more to offset some of that. That makes sense. So we got round sequence. We talked about sharing dice. We talked about hero turns. We more or less talked about. We're cool. End of turn, and that's it. And then we have actions. So it talks about the action dice here. The skateboards are move. Yep. Katana are melee. Yep. Ninja stars are ranged. I love intuitive design. And again, like just knowing it's the guy who did Descent in Arkham. horror. No surprise to me. No surprise to me. And you have a turtle shell for defense. There we go. Totally makes sense. And then combining dice, you got movement. There's a little bit of like tabletopiness going on here, so there's like interrupted movement. If a character takes any other action, such as making a melee strike, then any remaining move points are lost. So that's sort of tabletopy, role-playing-ish. That's kind of a neat thing to kind of bring to the table. Did Descent have something like that? I remember. There's like, I think you can move or act. Anyways, so breaking away from your enemies. Again, this is like a disengage mechanic for like D20, D&D, like a lot of tabletop games. Do they get like attacks of opportunity? If a hero or villain is adjacent to any enemy figures, even diagonally, when attempting to move to another space, they must spend an extra move point for each adjacent enemy. Sort of. You have to do like a strategic retreat. That's a cool mechanic. So it's not really an attack for opportunity, but you have to waste movement points to sort of strategically get out of there before, without taking damage. So it's pretty cool. Effective terrain on movement, so they have terrain effects. That's neat too. Melee strikes. There's different. We'll see the dice, but it looks like there's 1 impact, 2 impact, and of course if someone rolls the defense dice, you get a shield. 1 shield counters 1 attack. That's in a lot of other games. So that's a very cool, slick mechanic to leverage. And then spending focus on a strike or defense roll. I don't know what focus is. We'll pass. Range strike. Line of sight is in this. So kind of like D&D miniatures, hero clicks, stuff like that. Line of sight does matter, and they show you how to. Do that. Let's see. Using terrain moves. Interesting. Terrain moves are moves printed on the terrain cards placed in play for the current battle, such as the climb move or on elevated terrain. Any character, hero, or villain may use any terrain move currently in play by spending the appropriate action icons, focus and/or life shown on the terrain card. Anyways, so it looks like there's some synergy stuff that hits the playing field that you can leverage in your play. I like that too. I always find like associations to other game designs and stuff, like Fate, the tabletop system. Something I loved about the Fate design is that they have these aspects, and aspects can be applied to anything. Players can have them, scenes can have them, your entire game can have like an aspect, like depending on like horror, whatever. And then there was like terrain would have them, right? And so if terrain had rocky, then if you ever wanted to take an action that wanted to take advantage of the rocky terrain, you just say, I'm invoking. It wasn't invoking. I might have the terms wrong there, but you'd invoke the rockiness of the terrain. You'd invoke that aspect, and then that would give you a bonus to whatever you're going to roll. Very dynamic, very, very difficult to sort of like put in your head, like to kind of play through. I felt it was like so simple, it was difficult. It's like one of those kinds of ideas. Anyways, so I like the idea of that. Okay, so move on. Spawning new minions. So there's a minion. Okay, so it's kind of like Sentinels of the Multiverse, where some villains will be able to. I would assume the shredders of the game would be able to pull out foot soldiers onto the map and like complicate things for the heroes. So that's neat. So wounds and then KO'd figures, awakening heroes. So there's ways to awaken heroes. That's neat. If a hero is KO'd, then on their next turn they roll battle dice equal to the hero's defend attributes plus, and then there's a list of some modifiers, kind of role play as well. Keeps things dynamic and moving forward, kind of comic booky as well. That's good. Awakening villain leaders. Oh, there's even a way to awaken. Well, of course. Well, that would make sense. Oh, which just triggered like, okay, so how do you win? Like, how do you win the board? The scenario itself will tell you what you have to do in order to complete the board, and it's not necessarily taking out the villain, I think. And so it's whatever you have to do. The scene ends after you do it, and you just start another scenario. So winning the game continues until one of the two sides completes their win condition for the current battle. So it could be the heroes or the villain. You both have win conditions. Yeah, neat. And then tracking rounds, that's fine. Allies, let's see. Sometimes as a reward for winning the previous battle, or because of a special rule in a particular battle, the heroes are given the opportunity to call upon an ally. When this happens, the heroes look at all available allies and choose one of them, then gain the benefits listed on that ally card. So it's like a buff for the scene, depending on some condition. And then we have, I like this when they do this too. They just give you a little bit of a glossary, a legend thing that you can quickly refer to, the rules, what things mean and whatnot. And yeah, there you go. All right, so here's the fun part. Now these are still in plastic. Oh, it's one of those plastics that I don't feel guilty opening, or what? Yep, I'm gonna do it then. But I don't want to punch them out. I'm not gonna do it for the screen because then I accidentally punch things out. This is one board. No way. Okay, no. There's like two boards. There's two boards per package here, but it looks like the exact same tokens. So. Ooh, and I just punched one out by accident. So there's some affection there. There's some car. Get rid of the glare here. There's cars there. Just removing the glare there, so you're gonna see it on an angle. Let's see. And then there's some tokens there. So these are all the same. And then we have some pizza, some ninja masks. That's probably, I don't know, to represent, I don't know, KO. Maybe some foot soldiers without them being miniatures. And again, it's the same on the back. So it's just two boards of that. Oh snap, though. We have to open this one to take a look. But these are all of the settings. So this is that studio setting that was exclusive. That's neat. Man, I would love for this. I mean, it's coming along, actually. You guys aren't seeing it yet because it's not done. But eventually I'll open this thing up and we'll take a look. I'll take a look at the studio. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But yeah, that looks fun. What's on the back? Just a blank one. I don't know if there's like something that deals with just like open blanks like that, but okay. We have, this looks like a rooftop here. Some billboards, some generators. Looks like sewer with railroads. That's fun. I wonder what the kind of things you can like trigger with that. Oh yeah, 6A. So there's the scenario will tell you what tile to use. I've seen this kind of stuff used in games as well. Very, very smart. And of course, always use both sides. If you don't, you're a noob. Another rooftop with a water tower. Of course, you got a little water thing. You knock that thing over and flood people off the roof, man. We got a dojo. I didn't even have to. Yeah, that's a dojo. That's got to be a dojo. It's a dojo now. We have a, what is this? A roof swimming pool. That's fun on a board. Maybe get some. Oh, turtles. They can swim. No problem. But like throwing people in the water, that'd be fun. We have an office building here. It looks kind of like. I don't know, I see a red. No, it's just an office building, man. Just relax. Not another dojo with an office in the middle. All right, we have, what is this one? Oh, a studio? What is this? What is this? I'm having trouble here. And you guys figure it out. There's some seats there, some couches. I don't know what this is. It looks like a stairwell, but I'm not entirely sure what those fans are. Like, oh, never mind. It's a thingamajig. It's a to get to the subway. Right? There's like the pay meters, and it sees, okay. It's a subway. It's just another section of the subway. And we have the street with, I guess, going down to the subway, I guess. Yeah. We got a dock here. And a whirlpool, a drain. That sounds fun. And hella dangerous. Let's not put that in the box right now. What is it? Okay, so now we have... Oh, I didn't actually show you what's in the box, but I mean, there's no point because that was just all stacked on top. But now I've got, like... That's why when I was flipping this thing upside down, nothing was moving. They have this cap on it, which is holding in all of the rest of the pieces. So let's now take a look at how the hell does this... I don't want to break the box doing this, but... All right, let's just pull... I think it might just be a closed box. Let's see. I flipped the box upside down right now. This could go very wrong for me, but I have no other way to see. I can't. Please don't wreck the box. Please don't wreck the box. Please don't wreck the box. It looks like a box in a box. Hold on. Is it? Oh, it does have like a weird lid. Okay, hold on. Oh my god. Oh, I have that smell. That smell just hit me again. Okay, we have to get this. Oh, there's like two little. I mean, it's a neat little feature. I just noticed it. I'll show you. There's like two little caps here you can unfold and get your fingers in there to help lift. Oh, does this? It looks like it's fold. Looks like it's doing a weird fold thing there. But see, there's like a weird cap thing there. I'm just trying to. There we go. Got access to it. There we go. What the hell? How is this not working for me, man? I'm not gonna rip it. Do I have to rip it? I mean, how else is this supposed to open? I've like done this thing. Look. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. But I feel like I'm supposed to cut the box. Am I? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's take it all out then. Let's take it all out. There we go. It's out. So nothing. Oh man, ooh, that new board game smell always gets me, man. Oh, I see. It's that could have gone wrong. Okay, so it's a lip. Let's put you go back in. Okay, we're gonna flip this around. It opens like this on both sides, so be careful. And oh, that smell! I'm always afraid to breathe in because I legitimately feel like it's like chemicals that shouldn't be in you. Oh snap, geez. Okay, hold on. Let's flip it back this way. I might have compromised things. Nope. Ooh, that's an interesting way to do this. Okay, hold on. I'm so worried. All right, here we go. So that's one more container out of the way. So they come in these pieces here. This is neat. Like the molds are really neat. And there's the comics there. There's like mini comics. There's all the pieces are nicely in place. The dice are nicely in place. Very cool organization here, man. Okay, let's take a look at some of these books. Man, I always go later than I think with these, man, but there's so much to do. So here's the were these exclusives? I forget. I think they were though. Well, I mean to the board game anyways. Maybe not the Kickstarter. So an adventure comic, you'll see kind of the size difference. There's my hand. I thought these were comics. No, they're really thick though. Look at the thickness there. I was like, this isn't a comic, and then I actually read the title. So adventure comic, Kickstarter bonus battles. These are bonus battles. These are scenarios. Shadows of the Past. Yeah. Okay. Kickstarter exclusive content. So this is definitely a Kickstarter exclusive booklet here. Customizing your game experience. Now, of course, I could see someone scan, put this online. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can, yeah, probably other people probably have access to this, but Kickstarter people have the book. So we have table of contents here. Save the Studio, Rooftop Rush, and Mousers. Yeah, but I don't have That's actually gonna piss me off, maybe. No, you already caught what might be pissing me off, right? I might have just understood what the comments were saying. Anyways, because I don't know. Anyways, here's the table of contents. So you can see Save the Studio, Rooftop Rush. It looks like there's Battle 1, Battle 2. I like that. I like that there's a continuity to it. And then Mousers and Mouser Panic. We got bonus down there. Bebop and Rocksteady Destroy Everything. Guess what, though? I don't have any of these figures. So I think this might have been a miss. We'll see. Maybe I misunderstood something when I was blindly going through the Kickstarter page. We got some. I'm gonna assume that's an Eastman art there. Very nice design, very clean. Kickstarter campaign book 1. Save the Studios. This is that exclusive studio mission. Holy smokes, that's really nice art. That is not Eastman. So I don't know who did that, but that's really nice. Whatever character that is. Look at that art. Oh, that's so good. Oh man, making me want to buy the comics even faster. So we have Battle 1, Up to No Good. So this is the studio one. Okay, so here's the where it talks about here. Let's take a look at the first one and move on. So we have the special rules there. It says strengths. So it'll say hero skills. So I gotta read it first. So it'll say strengths, hero skill, mods -1, villain focus 3, objectives, hero objective. The heroes win if Alopex gains a KO token. So they just win if you KO, in this case. Villain objective, the villain wins if any hero gains a KO. And then winning if you win. So if the heroes win, the heroes learn of Shredder's plans by searching Alopex while she's unconscious. Proceed to Battle 2. If the villain wins, the heroes have to track the Foot Clan to their next destination. Proceed to Battle 2. But increase the villain's Foot Clan ninja figures pool by 2, so you don't want to lose. You just make the campaign tougher. So there's if you want to check out how that's laid out. Then there's terrain cards right there. So you just pull the terrain cards that get suggested. So let's take a look at some of these. So we got cover terrain. You can take cover on cover terrain. You got throwing objects. So something on the terrain this looks like a sewer, like the sewer thing. So you can throw the objects. You got slow terrain, rough terrain, elevated terrain. Okay, so it's some conditional effects from the terrain itself. Okay, and then the next page, it shows the villain figure pool and deck. So you have one figure, and it's Alopex. And then, what does that mean? Minions, three of 1 foot soldiers, 7 of the other. Okay, and I guess they will tell you how. Oh, and then it says hero start, spawn zone, hero start, spawn zone. So that's how the map would get laid out. So as you can see, you just put the pieces. This is kind of Descent-ish. Descent would like lay something like this out, and then you put the pieces where it tells you, and then everything starts to flow. But in this case, it is villain controlling villains and PCs controlling PCs. Man, these pages are thick too. They aren't getting, like, this stock is really good. I'll give it that. It's really good. Battle 2 is, so it'll continue, and then we have we have Shredder and some foot soldiers, and getting into the studio area. So that lays out the studio. And yeah, I mean, this is like probably new school, but this is like, this reminds me of 80s old school art, man, right there. Black and white, that really deep ink work. Oh man, I remember that as a kid. Jeez Louise. Oh, look at this. Even this, like, this is bringing back memories, but it's not. They're so old, you know what I mean, that my memory is, it feels like the spirit is there. This is what I remember. The first comics I ever bought, man. It's crazy talk. I don't. This is probably a cover, I would guess. I don't know if they did that art exclusively for that, but that's pretty neat too. Going up against a bunch of Mousers. Now, I don't remember Mousers being in the Archie run of the comics. I don't recall. I went into the 30s and then the Mutanimal run. But yeah, I don't remember Mousers. So, and I don't remember Mousers in the black and white either, but I do remember them in the cartoon and in the video games. I owned all of them. I cleared all. I love them. I love the Turtles. I loved all the video games. They were great. Great Bebop and Rocksteady right there. Where they didn't play a big role in the Archie comics either. They played a much bigger role in the cartoon. What's that? Whatever that is. Oh, it's them transforming. A little transformation scene there for Bebop and Rocksteady. I'm just flipping through this for the art at this point for you guys, man. Here's that scene of them kicking their ass. There you go. What's on the chainsaw? City Fall. All right. Keep being you, buddy. We have Mouser art, Casey Jones in April. Just a kind of a character design layouts there. I used to do these as a kid too. Oh man, I got some stuff out there. Maybe I'll pull them out someday. But I would do, because I love the Marvel Universe handbooks. I think it was those, or the cards, or whatever they were. I have a binder full of all of them. But it's like, you'd see the measurement lines, you know, and then you draw the character based on the measure, and then you do the front, the profile, and the back. I would do that to all the characters that I would design back in the day, man. Back in the day, whole different world. Anyways, that's one book. Oh my god, this is gonna be a two-parter or what? This is Adventure Comic Book 3 and 4. Oh, Book 3 and 4, and Book 1 and 2. Now, we already went through the scenarios. I don't need to do it again. I could show you the art though. But there you go. There's the art of the covers. And then I'm just gonna quickly flip through this to see if there's anything. Hold on. This looks like art from the comic book, so a little slicker, the kind of softer design. That is likely from the IDW. Yeah, all the art is more... That's neat. I mean, here's the cat dude. Here's the art for the cat dude. But otherwise, all scenarios, so we don't need to go through all of these. Although I do feel... Okay, we got some comic. Like, some of these pages are cool because they'll show you an entire comic page to maybe talk about the scenario. Now, I believe in the video that with Kevin Eastman is talking in the Kickstarter, it's that the scenarios are based on the comic. So it's almost in my best interest, if I don't want the comic spoiled, I need to get all the trades first, then I can play the game. Gotta do this. Is continuity, man. There's a continuity. Yeah, there's some Splinter action, Casey Jones. Here, I'll show the Casey Jones one for the fans that are out there, for the old school Casey fans. There you go. All right. I was never, to be honest, I was never a Casey Jones fan. I know, it's weird. We got Donatello. Oh, which one's my favorite turtle? As a kid, it was always Michelangelo. Always. I always loved Michelangelo. Damn, look at that one. We got some painterly action going on there. Again, the fox gets all the good art. But yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't even necessarily think it was because of the cartoon. It wasn't so much the Cowabunny. It was what? It wasn't so much the Cowabunga mentality, like that kind of that was conveyed in the cartoon. There was just something like I have a Michelangelo standalone comic where it's him like on Christmas Day or something like that. But I remember reading that as again I was young. This was before I was into the cartoon even, and at that moment I was like Michelangelo just stood out. Raphael was just, he was always tough. He was always mean. I mean, again, the original Raphael was just killer, man. So didn't really work for me. The Archie comic favorite was probably Raphael. Strangely enough, in the Archie comic book, he eventually ends up wearing a ninja suit. Like, he doesn't even have the same. They go completely off continuity. He doesn't have. They go to space to a wrestling match with like this character called Cowlick. That's an interdimensional cow that if it licks you, that you get teleported to different guys. It's great. The comic was great. We have some Shredder campaigns here. Sure. Oh, the book is like fucked up. Oh, that's too bad. I don't like damaged books. Anyways, there's a Shredder piece right there, and there's that mess up right there. See that on the. I thought it was a tear, but it was just the page kind of got caught in the press or something like that, and then got rippled. Okay, and then we have Raphael. There's the Psy Lad. In the games, who is my favorite one in the game? Donatello, the bow staff man. In the games. And I mean the original game. I mean the horribly difficult one, the one with the sewer level that was a pain in the ass. Donatello. It was bow staff on that one. Oh my god! And then it's for the arcade version. It was Leonardo. It was like I've gone through all the turtles. It was Leonardo. If I remember, yeah, it was Blades. It was Blades. Anyways, so we got some more comic pages to say the scenario here. Oh, that was definitely. Wow, I'm fairly certain. Did you die? you guys be the judge. I don't know if that was just a punch to the gut. I mean, Shredder's got a lot of sharp stuff on his forearm. You know what I'm saying? So, ooh, nice black. I always think let's just get through this. No, there's black and white art we gotta show. So there you go. It's probably some black and white art for some cover work. This has become like an art show at this point. And then we have some character mock-ups. I might as well show this. You know what I mean? Like, that's what these videos are for. Did I show the back? Did I see some extra? Okay, there's the other turtles from the other book right there. And what's the name? Alopex. All right. So there you go. Now, geez, we still have some stuff to go. What is this stuff? I don't know what this is. There's like bag. I don't know if these are just baggies. I don't know what that is. Probably to put things in. Here's your we won. What is this? Round. So this is a round tracker. That's a neat way to do round tracker in the villain one. That's neat. Guess you decide. What is this? Let's go through this in a second. No, let's go through this now. So there's like a little handout there. It's just to kind of show what other stuff IDW is working on. Let's unfold this as we go. So I guess talking about the exclusive stuff. So I guess they did a Back to the Future game. Is it Godfather? It is. I'm reading it in the camera as with 20% off the okay. And then on the back side, what do we have on this side? Oh shit! This flow. Oh what? Hold on. Let's see. You look there. Let's see. Let's start on this side, I guess. So you have the X-Files. Orphan Black. I never watched that. Chew. I can't read what that is. Mox something rather. Oh, my camera's going all weird. Cat Tower. I don't know what these are. These are games that for kids probably. There you go. And then this opens up again. What happened? Oh my god. Oh, let's not go through all of this. But holy smokes. I did not know that IDW was making this many games, man. Bed, Wed, Dead. That sounds weird. Okay, all of these are unknown. They're not really properties. They all seem like unique properties. None of them are really standing out to me. And we're done. Okay. Holy smokes. So wow, these dice feel really interesting. They're just plastic, but again, the texture of them is just interesting. It doesn't feel like a normal dice. It feels like it has like a like it has a grip to them or something. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because they're new or something. Anyways, you get the point there. These ones are. I don't know why I have white ones here. Oh, I have one with a yin yang on there. I don't know what that's all for, but I did see something called chi dice or something, so I guess that's what that is. I got the black dice here, which I don't know what they're for. They might be bonus dice or something. So there's that. The rest is fine. Jesus, I still have another layer. Okay, they're all miniatures below this one. Let's look at some of these cards. So these ones are, I'm guessing, well, these look like ally cards to me because I'm looking at Casey Jones here. Yeah, so it looks like, are all of these in play? You probably shuffle them and pull them. Anyways, you got the Casey cards. So it does feel a little bit like, again, the kind of, these ones, the cardstock could be a little thicker. I feel like they're a little thin. They get damaged very easily. But yeah, so anyways, this looks like the kind of game where like you draw a card and then it gives you some. So it does look like it has like Casey, walk it off. And then while this card is active, Casey gets move +1, attack +1, and it has like a mass symbol. Oh, that's like a token. Oh, an ally token. That's what those like black masks were that I thought were foot soldiers symbols or something. Anyways, there's what? There's 5 cards. 5 cards for him. What else does he have? Guiding Spirit, Skull Bash. We don't need to go through all of those. And then we have April O'Neil. Oh, she's got more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. So we have, there you go, let's show some of the art on these. I wish I didn't have the glare to contend with here, but there you go. First aid, level something rather, second wind. So neat. So there's hers. And then we have, so I only had the 2 heroes, okay, 2 allies. And then we have, oh, that's neat. Okay, we have the ally cards. So this is if, I guess, you pull them as allies, I suppose, if they're not in play, but there you go. You got Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael, Kevin Eastman, awesome, and Fugitoid. I'm gonna guess he's a time traveler. Time traveler or dimension traveler or something like that. Let's see. Take 2 focus tokens and put them on any object on the map and have a focus check associated with them. The difficulty of the focus check is reduced by 1 for each focus token on the object during the battle scenario. I don't know, that didn't really tell me anything with the character, so I have no idea what this is. Okay, so, jeez Louise. These I actually have to open up, so I'm not going to do that right now, but we have the, what I would guess the villain cards. Look at that, that's a pretty healthy stack. I think I do have, yeah, but I have no way to keep these, like, organized after I open them up, you know. Nope. So we have these cards right here. Now hold on, let's show the back. This all looks like action deck stuff. It all seems to, let's get this right. They all seem like we have ally cards here though, which more ally. Oh, so what the hell are these? Oh, these are like these aren't ally cards. These are like the effects you might get. I'm just guessing things because I had to look it up, and nope. And then there's the ally card, which is kind of, it's the akin to these ally cards, but not. I have to open these up to know. Okay, let's do it. Gonna get this busy. This is gonna go all over the place. That's the one thing with this container, is it doesn't actually. It's good when you open it, right? But now there's like nowhere for you to put this where this one's spilt. Like it's gonna get all over the place, you know. That's unfortunate. And there's no other holders. This whole box is just a container. So I would say that's a little bit of a fail. Hey man, I only say that because I've seen games that like Gloomhaven that were insanely well done, you know? So you gotta call it out. You gotta call it out. Okay, let's see what this deck is all about. And then we'll make a decision on the other one. Okay, still kind of like, see, like very like I'd be very worried about this on the table. Feels a little light. So let's like take a look at some of these. We have April O'Neil, Casey Jones. Oh, I do have a massive Splinter ally. I just don't have the figure, I guess. Who is this? Woody? I guess there's a character in the comic that is the pizza delivery dude. I guess that makes sense. We have Psylocke. No, I'm just Angel. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Ally place. Okay. Angel Bridge. Angel Bridge. Okay. And then that's it. And now we have, okay, so it's what I suspected. So there's, here, let's pull this out like this. So you basically get your hand, and then you have your moves. This is very much like Sentinels of the Multiverse sort of design. You have the thing in the corner there. Will say you basically roll the dice, and then you have to use the symbols you roll. You have to use those to then pay for whatever you're trying to activate. That's how I'm reading it. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know. But yeah, there you go. Okay, so we have Leonardo. We have Donatello. I'm not going to show all of these. You guys get the point. I mean, maybe I'll just, so you can see they're like in the color of the turtle, which makes sense. You know, nice design on them. I just wish they were a little thicker stock, you know. You got Raphael doing his Raphael crazy stuff. He's a man here. And then you got your Michelangelo doing his Michelangelo parkoury stuff, I'm sure. With some skateboard stuff. I don't know. Do I see say skateboard in here? Anywhere? Oh. Yay! Called it. So there you go. And then what do we have? We have our terrain tiles. So it looks like it's the top or bottom. Elevated, depends. Oh my god, there's, oh, there we go. Let's take a look at the design here real quick. Here. So there you go. There's top or bottom, and it says like some conditions that affect this stuff. Cover terrain, rough terrain, obscuring. You get the point. Okay, that's neat. And then we have the villain cards. Do they get more cards though? Nope, they don't. I mean, Shredder's got 4 here. So I presume they're just better at doing things. They got some more advantages because of the way they work and the whole dynamic and the synergy stuff. We have who? Karai. Oh, all the art's the same? Yeah. All the art's the same on the top, which means I don't need to show all of them. But anyways, there's about 4 or 5 cards each. 4 of them. 4 for Alopex as well. There's the art on it. And then we have Old Hobbs. That's the cat. That does sound like a stray cat name, doesn't it? Like a stray cat got evolved. That makes a lot of sense for the New York City and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and the rat, and then the turtles. And the turtles make the least amount of sense. But they were like pet turtles, man. So it's all, what's this? Oh, Foot Clan Elite. Looks like a Red Scully dude, but it's just a mask. There you go. Red Skull Elite, Foot Clan Elite. And I have 1 extra card here that I'm guessing is probably, there's more in here. But we have a Foot Clan Ninja. There's art there, and I'm guessing this. Yeah, I will. At this point, let's do it. The mess is already gonna happen in here. You know what I mean? Or maybe those bags. Maybe that bag of bags was bags for these. So you put all these in them. That would make sense. Okay, let's not. There we go. So we have Master Shredder. I'm going to go through all of these. This is going to be a while here just for you to see the art because I have no other context. We have the Foot Clan Ninjas art right here. There you go. What does that say? Destroy them. Simple attacks. That makes sense. Thug Gunner. Thug Gunner right there. Thug Brawler right here. There you go. And we have Master Shredder as a leader. There's Master Shredder as a leader. Oh, they can get upgraded. So maybe like there's conditions on the maps that force upgrades so that they get tougher or something. So there's Shredder leader. Oop. Because then I have Karai as a leader. Yeah, they all got leader cards. So there's some sort of upgrade mechanic that happens here. There's Karai. There's Alopex. There's Old Hobbs. There's Foot Clan Bruiser minion cards. Then we have minion cards. There you go. We have Foot Clan Elite card. Foot Clan Ninja minion card. I'll get this right. I'll get this right eventually. Thug Gunner. Thug Gunner. That looks weird, doesn't it? A ninja with a gun. Seems to defeat the purpose of your trading, Matt. Thug Brawler. Foot Clan Ninja Minion. Oh, is that the... Yep, that's the one I got over here. That's out of nowhere. That one got stranded. We got the Thug Gunner Minion card. There you go, another Thug Gunner. And we have the Thug Brawler. What's this? And then we have finally a regroup card. So it's like a wild card sort of thing. There's only one. And it says regroup. When drawn, gain 1 focus. Afterwards, shuffle this card the villain deck and the discard pile together to make a new villain deck. So I think the villain deck is just all these minions. Like you shuffle them, so you don't know what minions you have, and that's where the spawn points come in. They come onto the board. Of course, I'll eventually read the rules and I'll know exactly how this works. But I always like to open a box and then see if I can just intuitively understand what the game is asking, to like how it's played and stuff like that. As I start to look at the pieces and just get the glance at the design, because it just did for me. It's like it's assessing the design itself, because a lot of the design of a good game, it comes from that intuitive nature of it. You gotta nail it. Oh, but see, then these are so good. They feel so good. Like the covers, they have this like really interesting texture to them. I don't even know what this is called. Like it's this matte, but it's like it's so smooth. Like it's not glossy smooth. It's got this nice like grip texture to it. It's very cool. Like look, I'm trying to like move these things. Do you see what I'm talking about? It's like a waxy feel to them. Anyway, so let's take a look at these cards. We have Casey Jones. Wait, is that red? Like Casey's the villain? Intriguing. Is it? No, wait, hold on, let me see. Oh, no, it's green back. So green, I'm assuming. I'm like, oh, no, he's a good guy. We got Bebop right there. Okay. We have April O'Neil. Is she still a new? She looks like she has tech, though. All right. I don't know. She probably has a different backstory in the new stuff. So we have Rocksteady. I like it. And then back to Casey Jones. That takes us to these. All right. So this gets us to the heroes, I think. So we have Raphael. Yeah, he looks pretty cool. Michelangelo. He's still got the smile. He's always got the smile. We've got Serious Leonardo. We have Strategic Donatello. We have Master Shredder. Yeah. Old Hobbs. Is he green? No, he's red. He's a villain. Okay, so that settles that. We have Karai. Ooh, an archer. We have Alopex. Fox, I guess, is that what? Foot Clan Bruiser. The Foot Clan Elite. The Street Thug Brawler. Foot Clan Ninja. I guess a different variant of a Foot Clan Ninja, and back to Raphael. So we've just gotten through all the cards. We've gotten through all of everything except the miniatures now. Jesus! All right, so let's take a look. Well, I mean, I was reading some comments about it. Oh, was it her height? Was she too tall? And I'm trying to see, like, I got a quick comment about her miniature being weird, but I'm like, I don't see anything weird about it. But I don't see anything weird about it. I mean, maybe? I mean, that's Shredder and April O'Neil, so, I mean, maybe. There might be a height problem. Maybe. I mean, he is leaning down, but if he were to stand up straight, she's sort of bending her knees too, you know what I mean? So if he were to stand up straight, I think Shredder, I don't really see April O'Neil being taller than Shredder. I'll give it that. It does, miniatures feel good. They feel, they feel sort of durable. I think less thicker than the Descent ones, though. There's Dobbs, the cat, in his fighting position. I have one green turtle. Is that? No, all the turtles are green. But we have Donatello here. Is that? I don't think I'm going to be able to get the focus in there, am I? I don't know. You guys are going to have to use your imagination. There's Alopex. Alopex right there. It's neat. Okay, and then we have, I forget her name already. Well, whatever the archer ninja thingy person was. Okay, and then we have, I guess these are the elite clan dudes with the mask, the Oni mask or something. And then there's 5 of those in this one. This is Casey Jones. Casey Jones with his golf clubs. All right. Oh, God, I don't want to break Casey Jones. Put you back. Okay, now let's move this out of the way. And now we have the undercarriage, which is all of the rest of them. Okay, so let's go through some of these. We got this is probably the Bruiser, I would guess. This is a bigger figure than, here, let's pull this guy back out. So there's the height difference of this brawling bastard. There you go. That's the big guy. This was the elite foot. This is the gunner bruiser, I guess, the gunner gang guy. Let's see what else we have. I guess this is just the street tough dude. Street tough, ready to go right here. All right, we got the bruiser. We got the other turtles. Let's look at the turtles. We got Raphael, and we have Michelangelo with his nunchucks. That's actually pretty good for nunchucks because they got the the nunchuck chain under the arm, which is, or like, you know what I mean? That's crazy right here. Like that feels like right there, like that. Crazy. Because I mean that can easily snap or break or whatever. So, and this guy Leonardo looks great right there in that position. That's good. I mean, I would have loved to have the Kevin Eastman ones. Of course, I would have done it. I'm gonna regret that now. I'll just get when this gets an upgrade. I'm sure it'll have other. Yeah, I'll back it again. I just don't want to back it if they're using that damn shipper. So that's something I would ask right away, and then I would make a call, and I just wouldn't do it. Who's this? Wait a minute. No, that's the brawler. That guy's no, and then all the rest are just repeats. So that's it. That's the entire box. That was loaded. But of course, it would have been more loaded if I was smart. Okay, now here comes the scary part. Is all of this is just gonna get mixed up to crap. So there's nothing I can do about it. All right, so I got to put stuff back in their packages as much as possible before I wrap that up. So yeah, that's. I mean, the game looks like it'd be fun to play. It looks like it'd be a short experience. So if you have a good group of people to pull this off with, I think 60 to 90 minute game is also not that bad. You can get 2 sessions in a night and an evening if you're 3 to 4 hour games. That's usually how we would run. I mean, sometimes we go super late. We'd go until 3 or 4 in the morning. But yeah. You get a couple in, and there's a couple scenarios too, right? So you at least need, if I remember correctly, it was per scenario was 60 to 90 minutes. That seems like a long time for the way the scenarios worked. But in any case, maybe that's for the scenario is the part 1 and part 2, 60 to 90 minutes. That's not bad. And just look at that. That's a pretty healthy deck. And of course, this is the kind of game, because of the kind of game it is, where I would absolutely want to get expansions. Every time I get into a game, I always buy all expansions. But again, to return to the point with this one, it's just I would rather wait until I went to a convention, and then I would just buy whatever's on the convention floor, you know? Like in terms of Kickstarter exclusives, I think I lost out on that, unless that's what people are complaining about, is that then they released an expansion where all the exclusives of the first campaign are maybe part of an expansion, and so that's why people are angry, because they would have just got, you know what I mean, all the other stuff. So I would do that. I mean, at this point, but I wouldn't want to buy both the games. So that's why I'm saying, like, I would wait to go to a convention and then buy it, or find these on retail, find these on, I'm sure like Amazon's probably got versions of this, right? Like there's no way that it's company made only 6,000 copies of this, like whatever the best, like 6,800 or whatever it was, so 7,000 copies of it, 10,000. No, I think they probably made a good, healthy amount, and then they shipped it across North America to sell in retail and stuff. So they probably made a good amount of coin on this beyond the Kickstarter. I think the Kickstarter, and when companies use Kickstarters to do things like this, it's sort of to get the launch off the ground. It does, again, if they do the incentive part right, it's really cool and it's really good, and you get that injection of cash flow. Again, IDW, you can research about IDW. They're not doing really well financially, so that's probably why they turn to Kickstarter. But in general, I don't mind big companies turning to Kickstarter to see if there's even like an interest. And then if there is an interest, see like how big the interest is. Like if you can get to certain funding amounts, then you know how much you want to put in your game, you know? And then you know what you're going to release into the market, and you kind of have your benchmark. In 30 to 60 days, you'll have a pretty good understanding of how your game's going to do once it hits the shelves. So I think it's a great strategy. I think though they have to nail the incentive bonus. They got to make it a special thing so that right out the gate, the Kickstarters feel like they're getting something special that no one else is ever going to have in retail or on the convention floor, etc., etc. So anyways, that's it. That's the unboxing. This again went way longer than I anticipated, but I mean that's what these might be, and I'm okay with that. I think these are fun to do. I love unboxing things and going through them and talking about things that I get reminded of, especially on something like this that I have a pretty pretty long history with turtles, and I will probably cover that more on my other channel. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up here, and next box is also unboxed, so I know what the next one's gonna be, and I'll catch you whenever that happens, probably in a month. I'll try to do one of these a month, so I'll catch you there. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, buddy. Peace.